Silence follows you everywhere now. You check your phone again, nothing changes, and you feel it. Your brain expects connection and fails. That small feeling is not normal. Psychology shows this is early damage. Isolation activates physical pain circuits. Your brain treats this like real injury, and the longer this continues, the harder it becomes to reverse. You are not just alone right now, you are slowly adapting to it. Your brain expects constant social signals. NIH behavioral studies show survival dependence. Your circuits rely on interaction input. Without them, systems degrade quietly. Your memory begins slipping subtly. Your attention span fractures under silence. You blame distraction and move on, but your brain adapts incorrectly. This is loneliness psychology pattern. Your reward system reduces activity. Dopamine release becomes less frequent. You feel numb without knowing why. Your brain lowers motivation sharply. You avoid people to feel safe, but safety becomes long-term damage. Your brain rewires toward isolation loops. Unused social circuits start disappearing. Neural pruning deletes them permanently. You never knew this was happening, yet it happens faster than expected. Your brain predicts low reward, always, so it reduces your social drive. This is social isolation effect cycle. Your emotional signals weaken sharply. You feel detached from real connection. Your reactions become less responsive. You stop seeking interaction actively because effort feels exhausting now. Loneliness increases early mortality risk. Harvard Health reports confirm this trend. This progression does not stop alone. It accelerates. When ignored repeatedly, you realize something feels deeply wrong, but you still cannot explain why. And that confusion hides real danger. Your amygdala starts firing more often. It scans for threats constantly now. Neutral faces feel slightly dangerous. Your brain predicts rejection before evidence. A PA research shows this distortion pattern. Your threat system becomes overactive. You misread simple social signals easily. Your brain fills gaps with fear. Your cortisol levels rise each day. Chronic stress reshapes neural pathways. You feel tired after small interactions, so you begin avoiding them more. Avoidance feels safe in the moment, but it strengthens fear pathways deeply. Your brain learns this pattern quickly. Avoid equals safety becomes your rule. This is fear conditioning taking hold. You never knew this was happening, yet it controls your behavior daily. Your confidence starts shrinking silently. Your inner voice becomes more critical. You believe those thoughts, and without question, your identity starts shifting slowly. You see yourself as socially incapable. That belief rewires your future actions. You stop trying and before starting anything, because your brain predicts failure instantly. This is learned helplessness forming now. NIH research confirms this progression. Your world begins shrinking around you. Your options feel limited suddenly, and one realization hits unexpectedly. This pattern keeps tightening silently, until escape feels completely impossible. Your default mode network grows louder. It activates during quiet, lonely moments. Nature neuroscience describes this clearly. Your brain turns inward constantly now. You replay conversations that never happened. You imagine rejection before it exists. Your mind simulates failure repeatedly. This feels like preparation for danger, but it drains your mental energy. Your brain confuses thought with reality. You start believing imagined outcomes. Your self-image shifts without awareness. You see yourself as permanently alone. That belief feels strangely accurate now, because your brain filters all evidence. You ignore signs of possible connection. You notice only absence and silence. This is confirmation bias locking in. A PA research confirms this distortion. Your brain protects existing beliefs deeply, even if those beliefs hurt you. You start avoiding opportunities unconsciously, because your brain predicts same outcome. You say this is just who you are, but this is not your identity. This is adaptation to isolation conditions, and adaptation can always be reversed. But one barrier stops you completely. Your brain now fears social exposure, more than it fears being alone. That fear feels rational and justified, yet it is built on past patterns, not on present reality evidence, and staying here makes reversal harder. Your brain is not permanently damaged. It adapts based on your environment. This is neuroplasticity working constantly. Harvard neuroscience research confirms this clearly. Change input, and circuits rewire fast. Even small interactions create measurable change. One conversation shifts neural activity. Your dopamine begins restoring baseline levels. Your stress response starts calming gradually. Your perception begins shifting without effort. You start seeing people as neutral again. Then slowly as possible, connection sources. Your brain relearns safety through exposure. But the first step feels terrifying because your brain predicts rejection instantly. That prediction comes from old patterns, not from present reality signals. Your brain is using outdated data, yet it treats it as truth. You wait for confidence before acting. Confidence appears only after action. Action rewires belief at the source, not the other way around. This is the turning point moment, where most people stay stuck forever because fear feels like protection, but fear is actually misfiring here. You either follow fear again or break the loop deliberately now. Delay strengthens the loop again. You begin with one small interaction, no pressure and no expectation attached. Your brain registers new safe input. That moment starts rewiring process. You repeat this daily, without fail. Consistency builds stronger neural pathways. Your confidence rebuilds through action. You stop waiting for perfect timing. Because perfect timing never appears. You create momentum through repetition. Your brain rewards effort with progress. Your perception becomes more balanced. You notice positive responses more often. Your negativity bias weakens gradually. Your focus sharpens with connection. Your mood stabilizes without force. You feel energy returning slowly. Your thoughts become less critical daily. You start trusting your actions again. Your brain updates its predictions gradually. You no longer assume rejection instantly. You begin approaching instead of avoiding. Your world starts expanding outward again. Your identity shifts through repeated behavior. You become someone who engages consistently, not someone who hides from interaction. This is how real change happens. Step by step, with deliberate effort, until one realization becomes undeniable. You were never meant to stay alone, and your brain finally aligns again. You stand inside a new mental state. Your brain feels different and active. Your thoughts no longer trap you. You notice people without fear now. Your system reads connection as safe. Your breathing stays calm around others. Your mind stops predicting rejection constantly. You act without waiting for certainty. This is your brain restored gradually, not perfect, but clearly improving. You built this through repeated action, not through waiting or overthinking. You proved your brain can change. That truth becomes your new foundation. You no longer feel permanently alone. You feel capable of building connection. That shift changes your entire future because your brain follows your behavior, not your doubts or fears. You now understand loneliness psychology deeply. You recognize social isolation effects quickly. You protect your mental health actively. You interrupt negative loops earlier now. You choose exposure instead of avoidance. You create connection instead of waiting. You move forward with deliberate intention, and this path keeps expanding daily. Stay here and keep rebuilding yourself. Keep exploring your mind with intention. Stopping now rebuilds the same prison.